hello there, and welcome to another video. In this video, we shall be playing Train World 6 again, and we shall be driving on Southeastern High Speed from Raynham to Luton. Let's get into this. As you may be able to see, we have just spawned in, I want to say, Raynham? Yes, at Raynham, to take this service. Or the service continues on to Luton. Unfortunately, because of the limitations of the route, we can't actually take it up to Luton, but we'll take it as far as it allows us to take it. So firstly, well, the most important thing is about getting the train set up. So let's go in, let's get that door closed. Before we start the train up, let's set up safety systems. So we want AWS to be on, vigilance, DSD. Okay, right. Okay. Can you get loud? Yep. Okay, let's get the headlights on. Perfect. Let's leave it neutral for now. RGSMI set up. Let's get some aircon going if I can actually find it in this train. Where is the aircon in this train? Is there aircon on this train even? Okay, apparently this train, unless I'm being blind, I don't actually believe this train has aircon. Okay, never mind that. Let's take a look at this beauty of a train, and let's get those doors open. Lovely.
London St Pancras, West Hampstead Thameslink, Mill Hill Broadway, Elstree and Boreham Wood, Radlett, St Albans City, Harpenden,
And let's get going.
and Luton.
Can I just say what a warm day it has been today? Like, oh my god, it has been sweltering. So it's nice that it's slowly starting to cool down. Yeah. Someone has just informed me. Oh God. Apologies about that. I messed that up. Because someone's just informed me that there's a very slight issue with the stream, which I'm not actually appearing on Train Sim World for some reason in terms of my stream. So I'm just gonna have a bit of a play around with that. Um, whilst streaming, I know, totally safe. Um, right. I always find with this the best way is literally just to put it into neutral and literally just turn the train off and then turn it back on again. Oh, wrong keybind. Let's go. Goes off again.
TPWS and AWS operational.
Okay. Apparently the game did not like that. Let's see. Let's go onto the screen. Let's see, can I modify the screen? You can let me? Um, that's really strange. Apparently I am live, so who knows what's going on there. See, can I get this to work, please? And let me. Let me try contacting Signal. Let's see whether that resets it. You happy now? Contact Signal. Aha. Okay, let's try that again. Might have pressing forward gear. Let's try this again. Right. And we're moving again. Also, I've just checked on the stream, and it does say that I am on Train Sim World 6. So I have no clue why the stream is not saying that I am on Train Sim World 6. Like it's when I'm looking at Train Sim World 6, the stream is not coming up as me. So I wonder whether Dovetail have to actually accept you as a streamer. I'm not 100% sure. We'll see. Who knows? I could appear on there.
We will shortly be arriving at Gillingham.
Got a lovely Southeastern class 465 sitting there.
between the train and the platform.
This station is Gillingham. This train terminates at Luton. We will be calling at Chatham, Rochester, Strood, Higham, Gravesend, Northfleet, Swanscombe, Greenhithe, Stone Crossing, Dartford, Slade Green, Abbey Wood, Plumstead, Woolwich Arsenal, Charlton, Westcombe Park, Maze Hill, Greenwich, Deptford, London Bridge, London Blackfriars, City Thameslink, Farringdon, London St Pancras, West Hampstead Thameslink, Mill Hill Broadway, Elstree and Boreham Wood, Radlett, St Albans City, Harpenden, Luton Airport Parkway, and Luton.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am aware I am having ever so slight issues with my latency on the stream. I do apologize about this. I'm not quite sure what's causing it. I can only assume it's a dip in my Wi-Fi. It is slowly recovering, but if you are experiencing any major issues, do let me know and I'll see what I can do. Even if I have to temporarily end the stream, I can always restart the stream. Okay, my stream audio seems to have picked back up and my speeds seem to be a bit better.
We will shortly be arriving at Chatham.
Nice to see service coming in from London Victoria, I believe.
The next station is Chatham.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
This station is Chatham. This train terminates at Luton. We will be calling at Rochester, Strood, Higham, Gravesend, Northfleet, Swanscombe, Greenhithe, Stone Crossing, Dartford, Slade Green, Abbey Wood, Plumstead, Woolwich Arsenal, Charlton, Westcombe Park, Maze Hill, Greenwich, Deptford, London Bridge, London Blackfriars, City Thameslink, Farringdon, London St Pancras, West Hampstead Thameslink, Mill Hill Broadway, Elstree and Boreham Wood, Radlett, St Albans City, Harpenden, Luton Airport Parkway, and Luton.
For any people that might actually be into like properly playing Train Sim World, unfortunately, the announcements are not automatically included in the route. I'm actually just using a piece of it's a mod for Train Sim. I can always quote it down below if you are interested. That just allows me to add announcements for the Riviera Line, Thameslink services,
We will
Southeastern
shortly be
services.
arriving at Rochester.
Yeah,
Change here for other national rail services. Alight here for services via Bromley South to London Victoria. Exit here for Rochester Castle.
ladies and gentlemen, we will shortly be arriving at Rochester. Please change here for services towards London Cannon Street and London Victoria.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
This station is Rochester. This train terminates at Luton. We will be calling at Strood, Higham, Gravesend, Northfleet, Swanscombe, Greenhithe, Stone Crossing, Dartford, Slade Green, Abbey Wood, Plumstead, Woolwich Arsenal, Charlton, Westcombe Park, Maze Hill, Greenwich, Deptford, London Bridge, London Blackfriars, City Thameslink, Farringdon, London St Pancras, West Hampstead Thameslink, Mill Hill Broadway, Elstree and Boreham Wood, Radlett, St Albans City, Harpenden, Luton Airport Parkway, and Luton. We will shortly be arriving at Strood. Change here for other national rail services. Alight here for services via Maidstone West and Paddock Wood.
We are actually experiencing a minor technical fault here. For some reason, half my keyboard has stopped working. We're gonna try and do that. Yeah, for some reason the W key has stopped working. Bear with me, guys. I will try and get it working. Okay, now it's working good. Crisis averted. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Strood. Change here for services towards Maidstone West, Paddockwood and Tunbridge. Also change here for high-speed services to London St Pancras.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
This station is Strood. This train terminates at Luton. We will be calling at Higham, Gravesend, Northfleet, Swanscombe, Greenhithe, Stone Crossing, Dartford, Slade Green, Abbey Wood, Plumstead, Woolwich Arsenal, Charlton, Westcombe Park, Maze Hill, Greenwich, Deptford, London Bridge, London Blackfriars, City Thameslink, Farringdon, London St Pancras, West Hampstead Thameslink, Mill Hill Broadway, Elstree and Boreham Wood, Radlett, St Albans City, Harpenden, Luton Airport Parkway, and Luton.
I really hate this section of the rails, just because it's so slow to start off with, and it's so hard to go over the speed limit. Oh no, it's really easy to go over the speed limit because, of course, it's a very low speed limit and it's also downhill. But then I do like how it just jumps up to 70. One thing I do like is Thameslink seem to run quite a regular service, even in real life. They actually run quite a regular service down to Rainham. I guess it's such a large distance though this route. Like on this train, we're only doing maybe half the route, because that's the physical limitations of Trains in the World 6. Trains in the World Classic, I believe you can do the entire route, or you can do a lot more of it. I've just not got that route at the moment. I might get it at some point.
We will shortly be arriving at...
God, that train was very close by. I guess. Jeez, good signalling, I guess.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
This station is Higham. This train terminates at Luton. We will be calling at Gravesend, Northfleet, Swanscombe, Greenhithe, Stone Crossing, Dartford, Slade Green, Abbey Wood, Plumstead, Woolwich Arsenal, Charlton, Westcombe Park, Maze Hill, Greenwich, Deptford, London Bridge, London Blackfriars, City Thameslink, Farringdon, London St Pancras, West Hampstead Thameslink, Mill Hill Broadway, Elstree Parkway, and Luton.
I have to say, I do love the stretch of path where it literally is just being able to just go along at your own pace. Of course, well, not at my own pace. Of course, I'm aiming for the speed limit, but it's nice. It's just a long stretch of path. And the thing is, it's a long stretch of path on any route you go on, so that's really nice. So, for instance, even if I go on just a southeastern typical high speed, this is still a really long stretch, which is just like really put the foot down when I'm bored. I guess it's really just, well, really put the foot down if I'm bored. Let's be real, I think we all have those times where we will not obey that speed limit. Alrighty, well, we are now getting ready for our approach into Gravesend. Ladies and gentlemen, we will shortly be arriving at Gravesend, where it's your last chance to change for Southeastern high speed services or slow services up to London Bridge and London Cannon Street.
shortly be arriving at Gravesend.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
This station is Gravesend. This train terminates at Luton. We will be calling at Northfleet, Swanscombe, Greenhithe, Stone Crossing, Dartford, Slade Green, Abbey Wood, Plumstead, Woolwich Arsenal, Charlton, Westcombe Park, Maze Hill, Greenwich, Deptford, London Bridge, London Blackfriars, City Thameslink, Farringdon, London St Pancras, West Hampstead Thameslink, Mill Hill Broadway, Elstree and Boreham Wood, Radlett, St Albans City, Harpenden, Luton Airport Parkway, and Luton.
This is the point of track where we're getting to it, where Southeastern High Speeds services split off to Ebbs Fleet. You do have to question sometimes why they stop at Gravesend, but I guess it's for popularity of it. Because literally, like, the train picks up all this speed, like gets up to nearly 70 miles an hour, and then of course splits off to Ebbsfleet, and of course has to say goodbye to a lot of that power really quickly. Like, you have to give credit to the actual drivers of the route, because literally, so I believe we're literally coming up to it as we speak. I'll try and point out when it definitely comes up. Let's see. They have a couple of stations in quite short situation, actually. I believe it splits off, and then we go into Northfleet. Okay, it's about to split off now because that's the one going down. So Southeastern high speed services would pop up there. But of course, we're going to go straight. And I believe we'll actually be going over the top. But don't quote me on that one. But no, I have to say Southeastern high speed is pretty incredible.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
This station is Northfleet. This train terminates at Luton. We will be calling at Swanscombe, Greenhithe, Stone Crossing, Dartford, Slade Green, Abbey Wood, Plumstead, Woolwich Arsenal, Charlton, Westcombe Park, Maze Hill, Greenwich, Deptford, London Bridge, London Blackfriars, City Thameslink, Farringdon, London St Pancras, West Hampstead Thameslink, Mill Hill Broadway, Elstree and Boreham Wood, Radlett, St Albans City, Harpenden, Luton Airport Parkway, and Luton. We will shortly be arriving at Swanscombe.
So literally here we are literally crossing over the Southeastern high speed there. I believe that's after your Everfleet International towards Stratford International, but I could be wrong.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
This station is Swanscombe. This train terminates at Luton. We will be calling at Greenhithe, Stone Crossing, Dartford, Slade Green.
You know what? All things considering, we're not doing badly. We're actually keeping up pretty well with our time.
Park, Maze Hill, Greenwich, Deptford, London Bridge, London Blackfriars, City Thameslink, Farringdon, London St Pancras, West Hampstead Thameslink, Mill Hill Broadway, Elstree and Boreham Wood, Radlett, St Albans City, Harpenden, Luton Airport Parkway, and Luton.
Ah yes, just what we need. A bit of rain. Like, I can't think what could go wrong with rain on a stream. It's not like rain can make the rails more slippery. Ladies and gentlemen, we will shortly be arriving at Green Heights or Bluewater. Change here for direct bus services towards Bluewater.
We will shortly be arriving at Greenhithe. Exit here for a bus connection to Bluewater Shopping Centre.
between the train and the platform.
This station is Greenhive. This train terminates at Luton. We will be calling at Stone Crossing, Dartford, Slade Green, Abbey Wood, Plumstead, Woolwich Arsenal, Charlton, Westcombe Park, Maze Hill, Greenwich, Deptford, London Bridge, London Blackfriars, City Thameslink, Farringdon, London St Pancras, West Hampstead Thameslink, Mill Hill Broadway, Elstree and Boreham Wood, Radlett, St Albans City, Harpenden, Luton Airport Parkway, and Luton. Shortly be arriving at Stone Crossing.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
This station is Stone Crossing. This train terminates at Luton. We will be calling at Dartford, Slade Green, Abbey Wood, Plumstead, Woolwich Arsenal, Charlton, Westcombe Park, Maze Hill, Greenwich, Deptford, London Bridge, London Blackfriars, City Thameslink, Farringdon, London St Pancras, West Hampstead Thameslink, Mill Hill Broadway, Elstree and Boreham Wood, Radlett, St Albans City, Harpenden, Luton Airport Parkway, and Luton.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will shortly be arriving at Dartford, where there'll be a brief wait whilst the driver change takes place. The next driver will take you all the way up to Luton, whilst I will be returning back down to Chatham.
We will shortly be arriving at Dartford. Change here for other National Rail services.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
This station is Dartford. This train terminates at Luton.
And so we reach the end of the route where we will be handing over to another driver. Hence why I've set the train up ready for the other driver to hand over. Well, I think we did quite well. We did run a small bit late, but it's supposed to be slightly expected. As you can see, the AI driver has just taken over. Let's just see our train go off. The doors are now closing. Unfortunately, I can't do anything about that sound, so I think let me just move further away. Oh, let's not go off.
Charlton, Westcombe Park, Maze Hill, Greenwich,
Oh,
Deptford,
is it going to go?
London
Nope.
Bridge, London Blackfriars,
Apparently the doors are going to open again. That can't be there for very long. There you go.
London St Pancras,
Doors are closing again.
Thameslink, Mill Hill Broadway,
And
Elstree and Boreham Wood, Radlett, St Albans City,
off it goes. Let me try and get a photo.
and Luton.
Or that's not right. Okay. Well, on that note, let's call that the end of the stream. Thank you very much for those who did watching or those who are going to be watching in the future. It's been a pleasure to stream again. If you do have any advice, please don't hesitate to let me know, as I always like to reflect on things I can improve on my streams. Ta-ta.